Premier.
The end is near for Alberta Next. The final in-person town hall Monday night in Calgary. Then it all wraps up with an online meeting Wednesday. So where does Alberta go from here? The Premier says a final report should be done by the end of this year.
There'll be some items that we decide we're not going to move on. There'll be some items that we decide we heard enough. We are going to move on them when we don't need a referendum. And there's some that might be needed to be put to the people for a decision.
Danielle Smith says the panelists will now consider feedback on 6 items: federal transfers and equalization, a provincial pension, immigration, tax collection, constitutional changes, and an Alberta police force. She says referendum questions could be made public by May or June, with voting later in 2026.
At least we'll have it decided, because I heard some frustration. We've been talking about this a long time. It's go time. We either decide yes or no, and so that's the time frame that we're working towards.
Why do you think we should have to fight tooth and nail for our right to health care?
And I apologize on the behalf of these rude Edmontonians, God knows.
The Premier and her government have received both cheers and boos as they've crisscrossed the province. This political scientist remains skeptical that Alberta Next achieved anything more than promoting the agenda the Premier already had.
There's been name-calling, there's been expletives, there has been yelling. And yes, people are venting their anger, but they're not finding common ground. They're not speaking to one another. I don't know that part of it has been particularly helpful.
The Premier has said the panel is meant to be a release valve for people who are mad at Ottawa and 10 years of Liberal policies. Lori Williams believes there is a risk the Alberta government also takes some public backlash.
The folks that are leaning towards separation don't think this is enough. The folks that oppose the pension plan and the RCMP think it's too much. It's calling attention to things that people don't like, things that they don't think the government is doing correctly.
Smith is also looking forward to the Grey Cup to see if any new pipelines are approved and if any progress is made on the 9 Liberal laws she calls bad. City News asked the Premier's office Monday for an Alberta Next report deadline, whether or not that document will be made public, and for a cost of all of this to taxpayers. But a spokesperson would not answer those questions, saying more info will come on Wednesday. From Edmonton, Amato, City News.